There's too many Asian doctors. That's the one actual job that I know. About Doctor Who. I was doing a comedy gig last week with the guy who created the Daleks. I was doing a comedy gig with him, and he was all about, oh, what's the deal with the police box? Bobby Davros, right? Good. Very good. Yeah, I mean, what's your name, sir?
Sam.
Sam, if you were the Doctor, Sam,
Yeah.
right, where would you go?
I've never seen it.
She's not even looking at you anymore. She can't even look at you.
She's lost her wallet.
Yeah,
You didn't hear what I said.
my wallet's on my wall.
Yeah. We're a bit
Sorry.
distracted.
Her wallet's gone missing, guys. I don't know. I'm going to carry on.
It's fine.
We'll find it, right? I was going to say call it, but it wouldn't work. Well, that's made it tense. Did you like it?
Sorry?
Did you like the wallet?
It's what was in the wallet.
Yeah. Did you like what was in it? What was in it?
Perfect money.
Cash?
Oh shit, no, there's no cash in the wallet.
There's some cash floating about in this room somewhere. You can find it. Alright, fine. Give me a cheer if you're a fan of Doctor Who. Yes. If you were the Doctor, could happen, right? Where would you go? What would you do?
I'll go back to the dinosaurs.
Nice, and just document them? What would you do, ride one?
We tried to avoid getting killed by them, but
You've all seen Jurassic Park.
we have.
Have you seen Jurassic Park? Have you seen Jurassic Park? Fine. What?
The first one.
Fine. Just checking. Okay, fine. Because I was having this conversation with a friend of mine, and we were just having a discussion saying, if you were the Doctor and you had access to the TARDIS, where would you go? What would you do? And he was all like, oh yeah, I would totally go back in time to all these disasters and help people, and I'd try and like stop man-made disasters from happening and all that stuff. And I was like, fucking what a hero. But kind of like actually what the Doctor does in a way, I guess. Unless it's time locked and you can't help. Fucking that was good. But the problem is, like, then I was thinking, what would I do if I was the Doctor? And not the Doctor, if I was a Time Lord. And the problem is, I would be less like the Doctor and more like the Master. If I had access to a time machine, right? Because obviously they don't all look like that. I would go back in time to the same disasters that my friend would go to. But what I would do is I would take people along that I don't like. Yeah, maiden voyage. Yeah, maiden voyage going to New York. Totally is going to be amazing. Go on, Joe Essex, get on, go on. Come on, Joe Essex. Not a Towie audience. Obviously, there's not a lot of. Obviously, you got your Doctor Who fans and your Towie fans. Then there's not. It's very small. Which is good. Which is amongst my people. But, so name any disaster from time since time began. Holocaust, right? Good one. I mean, comedy, isn't it? We're in North London. Holocaust, that's as good as anything. Brilliant. Sir, what's your name? Jordan. Name anyone in that you don't like. This celebrity, or like, don't say like my dad or something because you don't know him. But God, someone that you really.
Anyone else like not from Towie?
Yeah, anyone. It could be like anyone. Bearing in mind you're apparently in the centre of the Holocaust. So.
Be careful, my choice.
Yeah, don't be like, oh, Steven Spielberg. That'd be really appropriate.
That's a reference to.
Ant and Deck.
Yeah.
Let's get ready for the boys. Ant. Because I know which one that is. I'm like, oh yeah, and I'd be like, which one? Fuck it, come on, can't tell the difference. So I take them into my spaceship, which may or may not look like this. Fucking hell, mate. And I'd go back in time. Hi, mate. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Cavi,
Yes.
you're gonna have no context for this, right? But what is your favourite disaster of all time?
That one in like 1900 something. You know that forest that had like the nuclear explosion.
Tunguska.
Yeah, that one. Because no one was hurt, but it made the impact.
Hey.
No one was hurt until now. Because Ant and Deck, I just hover over the top and be like, I don't know which one, they're both going because I can't tell the difference between them. And I just push them off, guys. You can play this at home. You can play this at home because there are so many disasters to choose from. And there's so many assholes out there, you could just totally just pick a disaster. I don't mean the day your wallet got stolen, but pick another one.
It's quite a disaster.
We find it. Not we, I'll be gone. But we find your wallet. Man-made disaster, natural disaster, any?
2010 election.
Nice. What was it about the 2010 election that you didn't like, sir? Just for the uninitiated in the room, for the people who don't like Doctor Who, what was it about the 2010 election that you didn't like?
Because it was raining.
Oh yeah, was it?
Always spoils a good election.
It wasn't raining, I remember.
It was
Because I travelled 200 miles to vote in that election, and it definitely wasn't raining. It was a really, really sunny day. And I can check, because I'm a fucking time lord. So. I've done the research. Fine, alright, 2010 election. Has anyone else got another disaster that they would like to... Huh?
Hindenburg.
Hindenburg, cool.
They're Germany, apparently.
Yes, you haven't really bought into this evening as much as everyone else has, unfortunately. They're behind you. Is there a person out there that you really despise and you'd like to place on the Hindenburg?
I'm going to say Kate Middleton.
Oh, hey, mother of a newborn child. Future queen of this country. I am going to bump you off.
If you said Pippa, that's fine.
Why? Fucking girls! Girls! There are so many evil asshole men out there. Why are we picking? Why Pippa?
Because, you know, she puts that girls to shame. And therefore she deserves to die.
I mean, this is going a direction that I didn't intend it to go to. But I think you get the point. If I was a Time Lord, I would basically take people that I don't like to disasters and leave them there to die. Fine, another one-liner, fine. What do you call a stupid man travelling through space? Retardus. Guys! I've been telling you, if you like my jokes, please follow me. I'm going to be leaving in 10 minutes. Good night!
Yes! Yeah, woo! Brilliant. We're going to have a headliner on in a second, but, right, I just noticed when I was back there, This has half a fish finger, and I don't remember if I ate the half that's gone. Do I eat it? I don't.
Don't be a hero!
Eat it. Absolutely eat it. Keep eating it. Can I just say, I had a really weird flashback just then as well to private school. I went to an all-girls private school, and basically that was pretty much the punishment, going back to the Pippa and Kate conversation. Death was pretty much the punishment if anyone didn't like you. The fact that I was one of only 2 people to graduate in a Hunger Games style event probably explains my school was shut down. Okay, how can I say fish fingers, Richard? Keep eating. It's the only reason we actually have you. Ladies and gentlemen, just before we
I've had loads of them.
Don't.
Yeah.
Can everyone just check to see if there is a wallet anywhere on the floor? Just while Richard checks, because the last thing we want is for anyone to be sad at a comedy night.
Someone might be sick at this comedy night.
That's fine.
It already looks like it in the bowl.
Right. If anyone finds it, I'll let them choose something out of my magic Doctor Who bag. That would be lovely. No?
No?
No.
We'll have a good look in a minute during the interval.
So there's nothing to bring on the next act, like an extra basket for a left mullet. And Rich is throwing up in a bowl of custard. Just about warm everyone up beautifully.
I don't know if it will work anywhere else.
Could have warmed them up though.
Yeah.
Right, okay, we've got another act for you. Who's excited about the final act of this section? Yeah! Are we all having a good time? Yeah! Am I getting increasingly more worried about what I'm eating? Yes, I am. Let's bring on your headline act. He is fantastic. He is amazing. He is funnier than I will ever dream. Please welcome Mr. Richard Sadley!
Terrifying. Says headline act, just last act in the first section. Totally is more than adequate. Yeah, so we're going to do some stuff about Doctor Who, which is pretty exciting and again terrifying. I have no idea if this is going to go well or not. Bespoke comedy, what a joy. I'm going to give it. Basically, I'm going to give it a go. But but this may turn out to be like a 7-parter that should have been a 5-parter when it finishes. I like to think this set will probably be like a Rusty Davies version of Doctor Who, and then it'll be it will start well, be a massive mess in the middle, end big. But then when you look back at what happened, you'll go, I'm pretty sure there was an easier way to get from A to B, and all that nonsense. That's what I'm looking for. Also, see, I've got notes because I know what I can't remember all this. For admin purposes, I will call both him and the show Doctor Who, so just deal with that. I know it's not correct, but it's just going to be easier if I can say he is Doctor Who, as opposed to the Doctor. It'll get she was at the sci-fi convention today, at the sci-fi convention, Zach, you there? Yes! I didn't get to go. I like to go to sci-fi convention, I'm a big fan. I do some fancy dress. One fancy dress I did, which wasn't Doctor Who related, but I once dressed up as John Constantine from the Hellblazer. If you can imagine, obviously I did shave and cut my hair and dye it ginger, but everyone, I didn't look like, when you do cosplay, you don't look like the person. That's because you all look like the people you're supposed to be. I didn't. I looked like basically the Lost Boys lawyer. It's very disappointing. And I did a comic. I went to Comic Con in Boston, which is a Comic Con. They had lots of people dressed around. I don't know if they have this at the Doctor Who convention in the UK. One of my favourite things was spotting. There was a thing. Basically, there were women who would dress up, and I couldn't work out if they were David Tennant, Doctor Who, or Castiel from Supernatural. Because they were basically both. They were basically, because Castiel doesn't wear brown, and David Tennant doesn't wear like a trench coat, but they were basically going for a Castiel Doctor Who, and I believe you, that is really sexy. So if it hasn't caught on over here, be the first to bring that trend forward. I haven't met any of the Doctor Who's, never met any of the actors who played Doctor Who, although I will never forget the time I met my favourite assistant. That was Ace. Yay! It's a joke! or may not work. Brace yourself, it's going to be a long fucking night. It's going to be the 60th anniversary by the time I'm finished. The first transmission of Doctor Who was, of course, sadly postponed, pushed back because of the Kennedy assassination. The first transmission was, of course, pushed back and to the left. It's a Kennedy joke for you, Kennedy joke. Too soon? Too soon? William Hartnell from, Doctor Who and, well, he took the role because he didn't want to be typecast. And do something that his grandchildren would enjoy, which genuinely is the same reason Kenneth Branagh took the bad guy role in Wild Wild West. Who's laughing now? No, skip all of that. That's really important. That's some things are not going to. I know some things aren't going to work. As you get up here, you lose confidence in your material. but like correctly. Do you know what I mean? Like correctly. And this is the danger of being both, main writer and showrunner. I have to, have to be ruthless with my own material as well as everyone else's. Then of course we have Patrick Troughton's the second Doctor. Patrick Troughton's the second Doctor. He's my favourite Doctor, incidentally, because he's one with all the monsters. I'm a big fan of monsters. That's essentially why I watch science fiction. Monsters, not crying and feeling lonely. Monsters. He was like the space hobo, the space tramp. He didn't so much travel through time as get moved on. John Pertwee, John Pertwee. John Pertwee brought Doctor Who back down to Earth, largely on Earth. I like John Pertwee, he was a great Doctor Who as well. But also, he did Wells of Gummidge, which I'm a big fan of Wells of Gummidge. And so apparently it's Nick Grimshaw who decides to speak like him in every interview. Come on, dear, that's what you know, I'm a very perfect Tom Baker, pretty awesome Tom Baker, everyone loves Tom Baker. He was largely unknown when he took over, but because there was no internet, everyone just waited to see if he was any good. Peter Davison managed to avoid being typecast as Doctor Who by doing loads of other telly and not being all that memorable. Too soon! I like Peter Davison, I like all of them, I'm just being, contrary. I should point out at this point during the writing of these jokes, I kind of ran out of steam and lost interest, which is quite fitting, given that I'm now moving to Colin Baker. I like Colin Baker, but I mean, come on. If his tenure in any labour, Jesus would have told him to get up and walk. Well, it was alright. What, did you see Trial of a Time Lord? Long, wasn't it? Long. The main thing that was tried was my patience. No, I don't really don't like that kind of thing. I like Sylvester McCoy. I've got no jokes about Sylvester McCoy. I really like Sylvester McCoy. He's my favourite. He was my Doctor. I like Sylvester McCoy. I think he's a much maligned Doctor. I think everyone should respect him because people talk about it was awful because there was all this. No, the sets were garish, like the colours were garish, but he was good. The stories were good. It was all very good. There's no jokes, but fuck you, Sylvester McCoy's brilliant. Can currently be seen in The Hobbit, the Unexpected Trilogy. Then it was taken off the air. They put it up against Coronation Street and all this sort of nonsense. And how do you beat Coronation Street? Can you beat Coronation Street? Like, see, a continual stream of court cases for rape and paedophilia can't kill Coronation Street. So I don't know how, a TV show people stop giving a shit about it's really going to cut the mustard. No. I was going to bring, can you bring my videos up? Because when you had no Doctor Who, if you liked it, because I liked Doctor Who as a kid, so I had this, I've had many ups and downs of going, I love Doctor Who, it's going to come back, it's going to come back. So this is what we used to have to put up with. I like videos, I'll show you these. This is what you had to put up with if you're into Doctor Who before Doctor Who came back. That's a wartime unit video, which is great. Fuck off. These are all the probes. Remember PROBE, the Doctor Who. So this is what you had. This is what Doctor Who fandom meant when there was no Doctor Who. You don't know what it's like to fucking suffer. The Stranger. Air Zone Solution, environmental thriller for the 90s. Fuck you, I bled for this. And they're like, now we're going to bring Doctor Who back. You go, brilliant. They're going to bring Doctor Who back. I like that. It's 1996, fantastic. They're going to bring it back. 1996. the first time the list was made. The first time the list was made of actors that we are all convinced will be the new Doctor Who. They are both bookies and fan favourites. They listed everyone from Monty Python and Blackadder. And whoever's slightly popular on telly, that will forever be the list of who will be the next Doctor Who. It's incredible. It's amazing. The list has got to change for years. That technically, just so you know, Stephen Fry has not been Doctor Who the longest out of all people who have not been Doctor Who. Closely followed by Hugh Laurie. Eddie is on Eric Idle, the shortest not Doctor Who. I don't know what's going with that. I had some jokes about it. I like it. New Doctor Who's. I've got to say, I'm not a big fan of new Doctor Who's. I don't like them very much. Don't like them. I actually don't watch it anymore because I don't like it. It's not. It's fine. It's not made for me, and I'm not like angry. I just, I did the thing that no fan ever does. I went, Jay, well, maybe I should just not watch it if I don't like it. Rather than continually watch it. I went, yeah, well, I don't really enjoy it. Maybe I'll just find watching it. People seem to like it. I'm not going to suggest they do anything to it. It's like, what would you do if you took it up? I'd probably just leave it as it was because everyone seems to really like it, but I don't. So moving on. So that's how it's very big of me, I think, as a fan to allow that people can enjoy stuff I don't like. And it came out, there's Russell T Davies gives. I like the idea of Christopher Eccleston. I was very excited when it came back. But the thing is, if you're going to model your entire TV show on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, do it on the TV series, not the film. Yeah, take that. Well, Russell Davies is quite outspoken about the Paul McGann one. He doesn't like the ball. I've heard him say, I don't like it, it's rubbish. But the thing is, all the stuff in Paul McGann I didn't like is what I don't like about Russell Davies' Doctor Who. So he seems to have kept all the stuff that I hated and ditched the stuff I didn't like Paul McGann, basically. But anyway, what's the thing about the Paul McGann version is basically it was, not completely connected to the pre-existing canon, but wasn't really. A load of overblown, complicated, unsatisfying nonsense. Changed things that shouldn't have been changed. It needs to be changed. And supporting cast were miscast TV actors. Despite all the money spent, it looked really cheap. It was mainly set one day Earth. He didn't have an assistant. He had a love interest. All the stuff that's wrong with Doctor Who. The seed sown by the Paul McGann. I don't care everyone. Now, there's no jokes now. Now it's just the ramblings of a drunk and angry man. Right, so the thing is, I'm a big fan of monsters and space and stuff. I like to be taken out of myself. I like to know what's going on. It was just too much time on Monday, too much shit that isn't important. You think you have to have in it to make it relatable. Doesn't need to be relatable. People can join me. Basically, there's this amazing spaceship. Anywhere in time and space, and all you did was go to Cardiff and back. It was ridiculous. It was like a taxi driver that wouldn't go south of the river. It was ridiculous. I know pizza delivery people that went further than Christopher Eccleston went in his first tenure. There's time and relative dimensions in space! In space! In space! So basically had for the first series of the new Doctor Who was a tard. Which in many ways sums up how I feel about the whole thing. It's basically, it's like a Mark Ronson cover of Doctor Who. And if it could objectively remove my love of the original, it's still ill-conceived, amateurishly done and bewilderingly popular amongst idiots. Present company excluded. The problem I have is I'm one of those pedants that can't let things go. So you watch a thing and you watch something like, say for example, you watch something like Shallow Grave, and you go, oh, it's really good, I really enjoyed Shallow Grave, but just hide the money and call the police. I don't know if to go through this really easily. So I have too much of a logical mind. For essentially science fiction and fantasy and that kind of thing. I think it was the thing, if you like original Doctor Who, I found it very troubling, and maybe this is the you might have found this too, this is not going to be too mean, but it's just something I generally struggle with, was what bits of this carry on from the earlier ones, and which stuff have you done? Because there's lots of stuff you're doing, and I kind of go, well, that can't happen, because in that adventure that happened. And it's like, half of it, lots of times, it's not necessarily because, I don't know, we go in head, there's no Time Lords. What do you mean there's no Time Lords? Of course there's Time Lords. No, there's no Time Lords. No. Why? Because they all died in a war. Really? What, a time war? That doesn't make it any better. That doesn't please me. Why? Because but you are not alone. You go, well, I know he's not alone because there's the Rani, there's the Medley Monk, there's what about E-Space and what about all this? You go, we haven't thought that through. Well, I know that. This is why I'm watching it. I don't want to be a dick. You're making me be a dick by saying things which conflict with being a fan of Doctor Who. And I don't want to just pick up plot holes, but don't make me fucking Clockwork Orange style stare at the fucking plot holes and then not explain it and wait 6 years later. So you're going to Paul McGann do a bit just a kind half, give me some fucking closure. And Lords according to the new canon? Because you go, well, they're all Time Lords. I just need to know what's happening. I just need to know what's happening. And also now they've made me hate Daleks because I'm bored of Daleks, like zombies. And I don't, it's like I love Daleks. Daleks are awesome. But you're like, oh, Daleks again, really? And obviously maybe it's all got awesome now. But I have, when I stopped watching, it's like Daleks again. 2 years of having known Doctor Who for so long, and then going, they're bringing it back within 2 years to come back, going, I'm not another fucking Dalek. Jesus Christ, the Daleks have been brought back so many times for no reason. Even Only Fools and Horses thinks they're taking the piss. My biggest problem with new Doctor Who, we're going to be out of daylight soon, is, and this is a personal thing, which I appreciate, because it's also where I'm in complete conflict with nearly everyone else, is that I hate all the assistants. Never liked any of the new assistants. I just want them all to fucking die, and most importantly, stay fucking dead. I wish I don't care to get into trouble. I realised my favourite episode of the Christopher. I watched loads of the new Doctor Who's, and I realised my favourite one was Is It Gods and Monsters with Peter Kay? And I realised, this is my favourite one because Doctor Who and his assistant aren't in it. That's when I realised. Then go, maybe I should stop watching this. Maybe it's not made for me. So I don't think they go. Yeah, too much crying. I've mentioned that. Or too much crying. No, it's all just. I was going to have some really heart-moving thing to end on, but I think it'd be too long. I think you're already fed up. So no.
Preach!
Well, I wasn't going to preach. Well, I was going to make a really appalling joke and then win you back by being really lovely. Which was to say that I couldn't stand all the sort of crowbarred-in, sort of faux liberal shit, which I like. I mean, I like that. I think it should be cool and groovy. But I think Rusty Davies has the sort of subtlety of a sledgehammer that makes you annoyed, and you kind of go, if I'm already preaching to the choir, why make the choir annoyed? So they want to move to another church. Because they, I know. Right, so basically, it was just a little bit. Occasionally, it was just a little bit gay, but like not in a cool and groovy way, but like we get it. It's fine. When you're like, it's totally fine to be gay. It's like I get it. I'll do the joke, which was I'm not saying, and I'm gonna win you back. Don't worry. I'm not saying Doctor Who was gay, but they didn't wait to find out he was an alien before they refused to let him give blood. There's also a joke about the inequality of but it was actually a really cool thing. Captain Jack is one of the most important things that ever happened. I don't really like John Brown. That Captain Jack is a brilliant thing. To have the cool gay character and he's introduced, it's brilliant. To have a cool gay character where kids in the playroom are playing and go, I want to be Captain Jack, I want to be Captain Jack, I want to be, and no one's going to go, you're Captain Jack, that's gay. They're like, yeah, I want to be Captain Jack too, because it's really awesome that you have a cool character who's gay, because that's the way you help see sow the seeds of like coolness, right? And also because there is a problem with like terrible homophobia. People like the problem was they said there was a had at the time. Do you remember like Chris Moyles when he said that thing? That's a really gay song. And they went, you can't say that. And then BBC went, no, that's totally fine. You can say that because gay means bad. Which was the thing they said, because gay, as slang does mean bad, but it also means gay, which is why there's a problem with the language, because you say something's gay means rubbish, it still means gay. So until it doesn't mean homosexual, you have this crossover thing where you have something where you're basically insulting something for being gay and gay. Until gay just means rubbish and you have different stuff for homosexuality, you can't say something's gay because it's homophobic, which is correct. But I'm just saying that's the weird thing. So we have this weird position we're in now, culture, where you have things that are both gay and gay.
Stephen,
and no, because he's great.
Yeah, but he's gay.
Yes, no, but the point I'm making is you have things that are rubbish and gay.
Oh, what about things that are great?
If we just wait, I'll tell him. These are not actually the free-flowing thoughts of a man making up on the spot. I have thought it through. I know I haven't said it out loud on stage before. It's all right. No, it's fine. It is like watching telly with my mum. Why is he doing that? Why is he going over there? To be fair, it's much the same way I watch football. So I do. Why is he going over there? What is happening? Why is that over there? I don't know what's happening. Well, I won't finish that bit. I will finish it. You spot it, but just basically the idea I had that something is both gay and gay, and I was trying to think of an example where you have that, and the only other thing I could think of was Torchwood. Because it is both gay and gay. It's pretty, well, that's it. That was the thing. But that's the thing. So we need to have if we're going to have gay, meaning rubbish, we need to have a new awesome word for gay. And I think, in honour of Rusty Davies and his sterling work on Doctor Who, that word should be Welsh. So from this point on, you're not gay, you're Welsh. I'm not expecting things to change overnight, I'm just suggesting that is a thing we could do to help the evolution of language move on. Well, mission accomplished. I like my, it's, I set out to make this like a Stephen Moffat series. You wanted to like it. It had all the elements of a good set. That's something that just stopped you really enjoying it, but you couldn't really specifically pinpoint what it was. Either way, it's definitely no Genesis of the Daleks. That's before I go. I'll tell you one joke. Seems only fair. That's going to actually work. I've been trying to create me a universe at home, but I just haven't got the time or the space.
That is our first half. Have we all loved it? Have we all loved it louder? Fire! Nick held me down. So we're going to take
Time.
Give me a minute. Give me minutes.
Let's take 10 minutes.
10-minute break. Go. Don't play.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was brilliant. Thank you. Thank you.
You've been quite good. I think you've given me a lot of hilarious I've been making a list, so I just start my set by going, right, so we said that. Really nice, you know. That's alright, that's you. I would expect nothing less, you should. Well, I don't actually have material written, so I figured, yeah.
Just make the same
No. Closing. Yes, yeah. No, go for it, John. Yeah, no. That's absolutely fine. I would be doing the same. No, I'd be with you if I didn't have to do the same. I do. You know, some of us. No, it's fine.
I will come and do.
There's nothing going on at the moment, as far as I know, but I'll let you know.
It's not good, but it's not terrible.
Yeah. Into a shit or something. I'll keep me into the Matrix. The Gallifreyan one, not the shitty Keanu. Yeah, no, enjoy tomorrow.
I wrote the comedy today, and I think it's going to have his cheer.
Yeah.
And I thought that was such a good for him. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah?
Not maybe what I'm doing.
So who's on in the second round?
Will Porter, then Andy Holland, then JQ, and then you. I loved your set, it was brilliant. Thank you very much. I was once you start to just keep it.
Bits of conclusion, yeah.
All I've got left now is that half-fish finger. I genuinely don't remember if I started eating.
Well, you don't have